type of stories. That's my ideal. Like me working in the field I work in, I understand that no, some kids are not. They don't have the best home life.
You
John
like
said
you,
John said when he seen that clip of the young lady saying she didn't learn anything or Clayton County learn anything or Clayton County, she doesn't
it's
speak for
for Clayton
me.
County. Yeah,
Oh, for
maybe
Clayton, she doesn't speak for me. I'm truly grateful for the teachers that I had when I went to Morrow High. Hey, shout out Morrow High, man.
and I agree because when I was at the middle
And we had some
school,
phenomenal teachers though, bro.
yeah,
For real.
one
Oh
student,
nine.
yeah, one student actually came to me said he don't care about his education because his parents don't care about his education.
So why would you
So
care?
as a student, like if your parents ain't showing to care, you're just there to be there.
Think about this though. What if the only time when you get out of school you ain't even got a meal to eat?
And it was kids like that. It was another student because her mom was constantly working and she was taking care of her siblings. Her coming to school was a time for her to really be a child.
Yeah.
You know,
And it also go back to food too. What if they didn't eat that day
yeah.
at last night?
It's a lot of
It,
components
it,
that play a part in education. And
It does.
I'm not gonna say education, I'm gonna say
It's just
indoctrination.
in life, period. It's a
That's
lot that plays a
crazy.
part. Like, and sometimes, even as an educator, we don't know. You know, this is my first year that um, I've been heavily talking with parents and seeing what's going on because I'm working with kids who have disabilities and what's their triggers, what's going on with them. How can I address their needs without um in the right way so they can learn or just be calm in school, so to speak. And sometimes you look at what's going on, it's like these kids don't have a stable life. Like, and sad part about it is, and I know AJ, you do a good job with your children. A lot of them don't have dads. A They lot of them don't. don't have dads.
So remember
I could tell you, I don't had kids call me dad so many times because I'm probably like one of the few positive black males they see on a daily basis.
so remember when you asked me that question about what made me take my little brother and kind of mold his personality, his just growing up is because of that. You see what I'm saying? Like that's why I say any young any kid in my vicinity, if you are close, arms reach to me, like I'm going to pour into you. It don't matter who
Mhm.
it is. If it's like I said, if it's the little homies that's hanging around with my little brothers, like my little brother off at school right now. If one of his little homies down at the house and they having some issues, hey, hit me up, call me. Because I'm gonna pour into you, bro. And it's I feel like it's our responsibility to do that. Because
Absolutely.
of when you come up with no dad, bro, you know how that feel.
Yeah.
I don't care what no man talk about and no grown man. If you came up without a father, you know the feeling of that feeling, that abandonment feeling, that man, damn, why he don't want me feeling. Everybody know it.
Yeah.
So when I'm sitting talking to a kid who don't have a positive male influence in their life, I know what that feel like. I can understand that. So yeah, I'm gonna perpetuate that to you, so you can, you know what I mean. So you can develop in a proper manner. You don't have to be in the household with somebody to guide them the way they needed to be guided.
Let me ask y'all this.
Absolutely.
Well, I can ask y'all this. Or have the teachers changed? Are they not? Because I can name teachers like Mr. Hines that are like we had coaches or we had people that really cared about us, bro. Like
They
some
were older.
coaches took us home, like they was there.
It's
It's not like that no more.
I'm gonna say 50-50. Teachers
Yeah.
haven't too much change because I'm and then this is me talking with my coworkers because it's a lot of stuff they want to do. It's more the rules and the gray areas and the guidelines and
Yep.
trying to be protected. Political stuff. Yeah. It's the political aspect
Yep.
because I mean, for instance, you know, you do have some teachers who take kids home, but then when something happens,
Yep.
now you stuck in a situation where you want to be in. Like we didn't think about it back in the day. Think of how many times now we're seeing these teachers being put on news, sexual assault, and this and that. Like now it's like, how can you prevent such action? Don't be in the classroom with the door closed. Don't be alone with the student. Don't take them home. Like, it's stuff like that that when we was growing up, it seemed normal. It seemed okay. But now it's more like, do I want to put my livelihood on the line
No.
as well? Like, I
Right.
love these kids. I want to help them to the fullest extent. I want to do things with them. But is it gonna put my teaching job on the line? Would I lose my license to teach because I did this and the student could even misinterpret something and say something and it just get said wrong, and now I'm sitting there debating like, shoot, trying to explain myself to not lose my license. Damn.
And
But
you
see,
know,
this
add to what you just said, and because I'm in the maintenance department now, but I drove the bus. I drove special needs kids for several years, and we were told you couldn't touch the kids. Certain things you couldn't touch. You couldn't get too close on certain particular topics, like you said, because that could be an interference of someone speaking in a negative light against you. However, there's certain, like you said, it's a great area because I had a student my last year driving. I drove out of actually Forest Park High. I drove a student out of Forest Park High. He was a student that went to school from Lovejoy, because I don't know if you're really familiar with this, but every program in the county don't have particular things that cater to particular special needs. Because
Yeah,
I'm sure Mike understands that, because at Fountain, I'm sure it's the same way. So the student did not
That's
have
where
a
you at
father
now?
figure. Huh?
yeah,
You at Fountain?
Yeah.
yeah. Back at home.
Oh,
Yeah, man. So
damn.
so there's certain disabilities that are catered to at certain schools. So the student, he didn't have, like, and some students don't have the physical disabilities. They have maybe a learning disability, something to that extent. But he
Mhm.
didn't have, his dad wasn't really in his life. And remember one time he basically looked at me as a father figure. I still hear from time to time. He graduated a couple years ago. He even said, you just don't know. You talking to me like this made me want to live longer. And those are certain things, certain conversations that sometimes you're not mentally ready to hear. But as CJ said, when you grew up and your dad may not have been the most consistent person, those are the things that kind of hit home for you, because it's like, at what point do I overstep this political stuff and say I gotta be a father figure, or I gotta be a positive figure in a way? So that's the one thing that it's really still trying to be discovered. And this is something that might get me in a little trouble. I'm gonna go ahead and say it. It's not enough of the four of us in the school system either. That's
Oh,
in
that ain't gonna get
particular
you in
school.
trouble.
It's really,
There's
it's
not a
more
lot of
like,
teachers no more.
no, not black. It's the four of us. What do we all have in common? We're guys. It's probably 85 to 90% one
women.
way. So there are certain things that a young kid might
Oh
talk to
boy.
a man about. He can lean on a man about, and he can't
That you
speak to
can't.
her about because she doesn't understand. So those are other things that are starting to come into play. So, you know, that's one reason why recently I've been participating in different things like the career days in the schools and the Read Across America, because they need to see more of us. Because
Yeah,
again, it's nothing against the women. They do an awesome job, but it needs to be more of us in the school to help those young kids.
yeah. Because I could say at Fountain,